Hi! In this video I'll show you why Rotterdam is the coolest city of Europe. So let's get started. There are many more reasons to visit Rotterdam, but here are 25 reasons. Number 1. Top modern architecture. Anywhere you go in Rotterdam, you will notice the top-notch modern architecture. It's really amazing to see the cool design buildings everywhere, like the Red Apple, the Rotterdam building, the cubic houses, the Calypso building. There's even a church called the Paul Church, which is a very special design. Number 2. The Markethal. One of the most amazing buildings and place to visit is definitely the Markethal. Its design is really special and unique. It is both a market and the walls are actual apartments. Inside you can enjoy great food and the walls are painted completely with all kinds of food. It's magnificent and a must visit. Number 3. Rotterdam Central Station. The entrance of Rotterdam. Central Station is another icon of Rotterdam, with its ultra-modern design, which gives a bizarre 3D effect when you stand in front of the building. Everything about this building is breathtaking, both from outside as the inside of the central hall. Number 4. The Wilhelmina Pier. The Wilhelmina Pier is one of the absolute hotspots of Rotterdam, full of design skyscrapers, including the Rotterdam building, but also the legendary Hotel New York, from where in the past immigrants would cross over to the United States. The pier has everything from musea, hotels, great restaurants, and even a cruise terminal where the cruise ships park regularly. Number 5. The Rotterdam Bridges. The bridges take an important role in the infrastructure of Rotterdam and are great connections between south and north of Rotterdam. The important big ones in the center are the Willemsbridge and, even more famous, the Erasmusbridge. They are also perfect for strolling through the center and enjoying the view from the side of the bridge. Number 6. Space. One great thing about Rotterdam is the space you have to walk and to relax. This is very different from the other older Dutch towns, where the streets can be very narrow and crowded. A lot of streets and pavements in Rotterdam are very wide and ideal for long walks, for walking around. When Rotterdam was rebuilt after the war, the streets were created much wider that fits better for modern standards. And one of my favorite places to walk is the Boompjeskade besides the river with all the country flags on it. Number 7. Boat tours. Rotterdam is all about water, and that's why you can take great boat tours also. You can take the famous Spido that will give you a tour through the waters, but you can even take a larger tour with Spido that takes you to the real Rotterdam Harbour, which is more distant from the center nowadays. You won't actually see the real harbour from walking through the center, but you will see it when you take the large Spido tour. What's really cool is the Splash Tour. This is a special bus, a hybrid bus that can both drive through the city on the road, and it also goes into the river and then it just cruises through the water. This is a very unique experience which I really recommend to do when you visit Rotterdam. Number 8. Witte de Withstraat. A great and popular street for going out and entertainment is the Witte de Withstraat. It has popular bars and restaurants and great art galleries and stores. If you visit Rotterdam, this is the place to be for a great vibe. Number 9. Museumpark. Museumpark is a wonderful park area that has also 5 great musea linked to it. There is the Boijmans Museum with a large art collection, the Kunsthal with more pop art and modern art exhibitions. There's also the Dutch Architecture Institute, the Natural Historical Museum and the DeWitt Museum, all within a range of a couple of 100 meters. Also, the park is being used for some nice festivals during the year and outdoor cinema. Number 10. Shopping. If there is one thing that you can do perfectly in Rotterdam, it is shopping. It has a large and wide shopping streets with all the fashion stores you can think of. The main shopping streets are the Hoogstraat with the Beurstraverse and the Lijnbaan. There's also the Oude and Nieuwe Binnenweg, which actually make for the longest shopping street in the Netherlands. Number 11. Food. In the last couple of years, Rotterdam has really developed into a hotspot for food. More and more restaurants, espresso bars, vegan concepts, special burger restaurants, they all popped up everywhere in and around the city. You will find a lot of great places to sit and eat, and if you pick a good spot, you can have a great view on the river and the skyline. Number 12. The Old Harbour. The Old Harbour or Oude Haven is a piece of more historical harbour area with authentic old ships and famous for its bars and restaurants. Especially during the summer, it is full of people enjoying a drink and something to eat. Another great thing about Rotterdam is its city parks. There are some great parks where many people just sit on the grass and enjoy the nature. You have the Euromast Park, a wonderful designed park right next to the Euromast. Then you have the Vroesenpark, which is more for locals of Rotterdam, but it's very popular, and during summer every spot on the grass is taken, so it can be very crowded. But the biggest and most impressive is definitely the Kralingse bos. This park area is actually 2 million square meter big and has a big lake in the center of it. It's a wonderful experience. On the one side of the lake you see the windmills in the distance and the park, and when you stay on the other side of the lake you will see the wonderful skyline rising from behind the park. If you have some time and the weather is nice, make sure you go there. Number 14. The SS Rotterdam. A great experience is to visit the huge retired cruise ship that has been completely renovated. You can sit outside on the deck with a pool, or you can dine on the inside in one of the restaurants. But very special also is to book a room and stay a night in one of the cabins that are for rent as hotel rooms. You can also take a tour inside and discover everything about this great historical cruise ship. Number 15. The Veerhaven. The Veerhaven is a beautiful historical part of Rotterdam with typical old Dutch streets and historical sailing ships. This is an area with real elegance and also nice restaurants and cafes. Just one street behind the Erasmusbridge. This is one of my favorite areas of Rotterdam to relax, and it has a close connection also to the Euromastpark. Number 16. Blijdorp Zoo. Rotterdam has a famous zoo called Blijdorp. What once started as a small city zoo is now one of the largest national zoos with all kinds of animals and parks inside, but also a great oceanium where you can walk below sharks, and a special butterfly garden where you can find the most beautiful and exotic butterflies in the world. From Central Station it is only about 10 minutes walk. Number 17. The Euromast. If you want to go high, go to the Euromast. From the top of this tower you can see the entire city and far beyond. The tower is 185 meters tall, and with that the size is of the highest tower in the Netherlands that is open for public. There is even a restaurant at the top with the most amazing view. And if you are a daredevil, you can choose to go abseil from the top all the way to the ground. Number 18. Events and music centers. For concerts and events, Rotterdam has some great venues. The biggest one is Ahoy in Rotterdam South, where even the MTV Video Music Awards took place. For great classical and international concerts, there's also the Doelen in the center and Rotterdam Schouwburg for ballet and dance. For big musicals and concerts, you can also visit the new Luxor Theatre at Wilhelmina Pier. Number 19. Ships and harbors everywhere. What makes Rotterdam very interesting is that you can find the maritime character everywhere in the city. You will see parts of the old harbors, remains of ship parts, or things in the shape of ships, containers or cranes. The connection between shipping and Rotterdam is unbreakable. Number 20. City of Festivals. Rotterdam is absolutely the city of cool festivals, especially during the summer season. There is a festival almost every week that is accessible for free. Some of the big events are the Summer Carnival, the Liberation Festival, Days of Romance in the Park, the Rotterdam Marathon and the Metropolis Festival. Number 21. The Chinese boat. Close to the Euromast you will find a very interesting boat. It is a Chinese boat. It doesn't travel, but you can go there and visit several restaurants. You can stay at the hotel and there's even an Asian supermarket in it. Number 22. Westkruiskade. A street that is famous for its diversity is the Westkruiskade. Here you can find a bit of Chinatown in the beginning, and further in the street you will find all kinds of Caribbean and other multicultural stores and food shops. This is a really interesting and vivid street to visit. Number 23. Old industrial buildings. If you want to see a monumental industrial building, you have the Vanille factory. This is a very big factory with a very interesting design. Because of its design, it is officially UNESCO World Heritage. Nowadays it houses 100 different other smaller companies and it's used for organizing events. Unfortunately, you cannot visit it as tourist, but every now and then there is a market inside that you can visit. Number 24. The floating pavilion. At the Rijnhaven, near the Wilhelmina Pier, there's a very strange and unique building made in the shape of huge balls, the floating pavilion. It's especially designed to show how a building can take energy from all kinds of natural sources like the sun, the air and the water. It's a place where innovation is celebrated. Number 25. Rotterdam, the old swimming paradise. In the past there was a tropical swimming paradise called Tropicana and it was very popular. It was right at the riverside. Unfortunately it went bankrupt and years later the building is being used to grow all kinds of mushrooms in it. You can go there and get mushrooms and you can even get a workshop how to grow mushrooms. Rotterdam has a way of reusing all kinds of buildings so that they have a new purpose. So, I hope this video was useful for you and hope to see you in Rotterdam someday.